Let me ask you something, and be honest with yourself for a moment. If your elderly loved one is taking collagen powder, or maybe you're thinking about getting it for them, have you ever stopped and wondered whether they're actually using it the wrong way? Not in a dramatic, panic-inducing way, but in those small, subtle, quiet mistakes that don't look dangerous at first, until suddenly they are. Because here's the truth most people don't hear from the internet. It's not the collagen itself that causes problems. It's the way seniors take it. And as a medical specialist who's worked with older adults for years, I can tell you this. Even well-meaning children and caregivers make these mistakes every single day. You might think, well, collagen is harmless, right? It's just a supplement. But imagine this. Your mom or dad, or maybe your grandmother, starts taking collagen hoping for better joints, smoother skin, more strength. But instead, they end up more tired. Or more bloated. Or their medications start working differently. Or they complain that the collagen isn't doing anything. Not because collagen is bad, but because one small, innocent mistake turns something helpful into something risky. And here's why this matters so much. As we age, our bodies don't function the same way they used to. Digestion changes. Hydration changes. Medication absorption changes. Even how seniors process protein is different. So when a senior takes collagen the wrong way, it doesn't just not work. It can slow their recovery, affect their mobility, cause discomfort, or quietly interfere with their medications in ways families don't notice until it's too late. But here's the good news. Collagen can help, tremendously, if it's taken correctly. It can support joint comfort, improve skin elasticity, help cartilage, and even make everyday movement feel just a little easier. And that's exactly why you're here. Because you're someone who cares enough to double-check, to learn, to protect the people you love in their golden years. So in this video, I'm going to show you the 7 dangerous collagen mistakes seniors should never make, and what you should do instead. Some of these are simple. Some are surprising. But the last 2, even trained caregivers overlook them all the time. Before we dive in, do me one tiny favor. If you're here because you want clearer, safer health guidance for your aging loved ones, just drop a quick, "I'm here" in the comments. It lets me know you're learning, you're present, and you're advocating for your family. And while you're here, go ahead and subscribe to Golden Years Guide, where every week we help you keep your loved ones healthier, safer, and happier, one small piece of guidance at a time. Now, let's talk about these collagen mistakes you should never ignore. Mistake number 1, taking collagen on its own without vitamin C. Let's start with something deceptively simple, something most families never think twice about. A viewer once told me about her elderly father, an active man in his younger years, who had been faithfully taking collagen every single morning for almost 3 months. She expected him to feel a bit more comfortable in his knees, maybe notice a little more ease when climbing the stairs. But nothing changed. Not even a little. She assumed the collagen was fake. He assumed it just didn't work for older people. But the real issue? He was taking it completely alone, without even a hint of vitamin C. Now here's where a lot of people get surprised. Your body cannot properly activate or build collagen without vitamin C. It's a partnership, a team effort. Think of collagen like the bricks of a house, and vitamin C as the nails that hold everything together. Without the nails, the bricks just sit there. They don't build anything. And when it comes to seniors, this becomes even more important. As a medical specialist, I can tell you, aging digestive systems don't absorb nutrients as efficiently as they used to. That means anything that requires an extra nutrient for activation absolutely depends on it in older adults. But here's the common assumption families make. Collagen works on its own. It's just a supplement. You take it and it should help. I hear this all the time. But collagen is not a magic powder. It's a building material. And building materials need tools. So here's the simplest fix you can make starting today. Pair collagen with vitamin C. That can be as small as a slice of orange, a few strawberries, or even a gentle 100 to 200 milligrams vitamin C supplement if recommended. It doesn't have to be complicated, just consistent. And if you've already learned something new from this, do a small act of kindness. Hit like so more families can protect their loved ones from the same mistake. But even taking collagen the right way paired with vitamin C won't help if mistake number 2 is happening. And this one is shockingly common. Mistake number 2, taking collagen too close to medication time. Let me paint you a picture you've probably seen before. It's morning. Your elderly loved one wakes up, shuffles into the kitchen, takes their morning pills with a sip of water. And then, without thinking, mixes their collagen into a warm drink or glass of juice and takes it immediately after. It looks perfectly harmless, right? But in reality, it's a timing disaster. Collagen is protein. A dense, active protein source. And protein can interfere with how certain medications are absorbed, or how fast they move through the digestive system. For some meds it slows things down. For others, it competes in the intestine, reducing how much actually enters the bloodstream. And here's the part families often misunderstand. Seniors' digestive systems are slower and more sensitive. Everything takes longer inside the body. So when they take collagen too close to medication time, especially blood pressure meds, thyroid meds, or certain pain medications, you can accidentally change how those medications work. But the misconception is everywhere. People assume it's just a supplement. You can take it anytime. Or, taking something on an empty stomach makes it work faster. But that's not how senior digestion works. Timing becomes just as important as the supplement itself. So here's the easy fix. Give it space. A simple 1 to 2 hour gap between medications and collagen can make all the difference. If you've ever found supplement timing confusing, don't worry, you're not alone. Comment yes if you think this is something more families should understand. Your comment might help someone who had no idea this mattered. Now, let's talk about a surprising mistake almost nobody checks. One that hides right on the label. Mistake number 3, not checking for hidden allergens in collagen. Now, let's talk about a mistake that hides in plain sight. A mistake most families don't even realize they're making, until their loved one starts feeling uncomfortable. A caregiver once told me her mother felt bloated every time she took collagen. She assumed it was normal, that collagen just does that, so she ignored it for weeks. But when we looked closer, we found something so simple, yet so important. The collagen she bought was made from marine fish. And her mother had a mild fish allergy. Nothing severe, nothing dramatic, but just enough to trigger discomfort every single day. And this is something people forget. Not all collagen is the same. It comes from different sources: bovine, marine, poultry, eggshell membrane. And seniors, especially, often have more sensitive digestive systems. Their bodies react more strongly, sometimes even to things they've tolerated most of their lives. But the biggest misconception I hear, almost daily, is this: collagen is collagen. It's all the same. I promise you, it's not. The source matters. The additives matter. The sweeteners matter. And if your elderly loved one has allergies, sensitivities, or digestive issues, every tiny detail on that label matters more than you might think. So here's the simplest, most protective thing you can do. Always check the label. Look for keywords like fish, shellfish, eggs, chicken, additives, artificial sweeteners, artificial flavors, anything that might cause irritation or an allergic response. I'm telling you this because I want to protect you from the same frustration other families went through. And speaking of frustration, if you're watching this, learning, nodding your head, and still not subscribed, at least tell me why in the comments. I'm genuinely curious. I want to know what's holding you back. Now, let's move on. Because this next mistake is especially dangerous for seniors with mobility issues, something that affects a huge number of older adults today. Mistake number 4, using collagen to replace real protein in meals. I need to say this as clearly as possible. Collagen is helpful, but it is not a meal. And it is not a replacement for actual protein. But many families unintentionally fall into this trap. I remember someone saying to me, "Mom doesn't need eggs or chicken anymore, she's taking collagen every day." And I understood why they thought that. Collagen has the word protein on the label. It mixes easily, feels healthy and convenient. But here's the truth you need to know. Collagen is not a complete protein. It is missing several essential amino acids that the body needs to build muscle. And muscle is everything for seniors. It's balance. It's stability. It's the difference between independence and needing help to get out of a chair. Collagen does wonderful things for connective tissue, the things that surround your muscles, but it does not build the muscles themselves. That's a job only real, complete protein can do. But the misconception persists. People assume collagen strengthens everything: muscle, bone, joints. And while it supports the tissues around joints and skin, it does not replace protein foods. So here's the practical fix. Make sure your elderly loved one still eats real protein each day. It doesn't need to be heavy or complicated. It can be eggs, beans, yogurt, tofu, fish, chicken, whatever is gentle on their digestion and easy to prepare. The goal is simply to support muscle strength because muscle loss accelerates with age. If you agree with that, if you know how important real nutrition is for seniors, comment, yes. You'd be surprised how many people still believe collagen alone is enough. And muscle strength matters more than you might realize, especially because of mistake number 5. Mistake number 5, expecting fast results, a very common misunderstanding. You know, one thing I hear all the time is this sense of disappointment, this idea that if collagen doesn't show results in a week or two, then maybe it's not working. A daughter once told me, my mom tried collagen for 2 weeks and nothing changed. And I had to gently remind her, collagen doesn't work like painkillers. It doesn't step in and instantly soothe joints or magically tighten skin overnight. Collagen is more like a slow builder. It works behind the scenes, layer by layer, helping connective tissues repair, helping joints feel more supported, helping the skin regain firmness. But here's the truth, joint and skin improvements can take 6 to 12 weeks. Sometimes even a little longer depending on age, diet, and general health. But the biggest misunderstanding is that people expect instant relief. And who can blame them? When someone we love is in discomfort, of course we want fast results. But collagen is a long-term helper, not a quick fix. So what's the practical fix here? It's simple but so important. Set realistic expectations and stay consistent. Collagen works slowly but steadily. Think of it as something that builds over time, not something that kicks in immediately. And hey, if you're still watching right now, drop a quick hi in the comments so I know you're actually learning something today. It helps this little community grow, and it shows me you're committed to your loved one's health. Now, mistake number 6. This one causes more digestive complaints than anything else. Mistake number 6. Incorrect dosage, too much or too little. You would be surprised how many families get this part wrong. One subscriber once told me that their senior loved one doubled their collagen dose thinking it would make the results come faster. And instead of feeling better, they ended up with stomach discomfort, bloated, uneasy, just not themselves for the rest of the day. And that's because collagen is still protein. And too much protein, especially in one sitting, can upset the digestive system, especially in older adults whose digestion has slowed down a bit with age. On the other hand, taking too little collagen every day can leave people wondering why they're not seeing any benefit at all. It's like taking half a step forward and expecting to reach the finish line. The safe and effective range for seniors is usually 5 to 10 grams per day, depending on their tolerance. It's not about taking more. It's about taking the right amount consistently without shocking the digestive system. And listen, if you're watching without subscribing, what's holding you back? Hit the subscribe button now, and if you don't want to subscribe, comment and tell me why not. I'm genuinely curious and I'll be reading. This channel is here to help families like yours, so your feedback matters. And that brings us to the most overlooked mistake of all. Mistake number 7, ignoring hydration while taking collagen. You know, this next one is something almost no one thinks about, yet it affects seniors more than any other age group. A caregiver once told me her elderly father started feeling this strange tightness in his joints after taking collagen. She thought the supplement was the problem. But after a little digging, we realized it wasn't the collagen at all, it was dehydration. Here's what most people don't realize. Collagen actually pulls water into the tissues. That's part of how it helps improve elasticity and joint comfort. But if the body doesn't have enough water to work with, things backfire. Instead of feeling smoother and more supported, seniors might feel stiffness. They might get headaches. Some even become constipated without realizing why. And when you think about it, it makes sense. Many seniors already drink less water. Sometimes because they don't feel thirsty as often, sometimes because they're worried about frequent bathroom trips, and sometimes simply because it's not part of their routine anymore. The practical fix is simple, gentle, and incredibly important. Encourage about 4 to 6 cups of water daily, adjusted based on their doctor's guidance, especially if they have heart or kidney conditions. Even small sips throughout the day can make a world of difference. Hydration is one of those quiet heroes that keeps everything running smoothly, including collagen's benefits. And hey, if you're going to remind your loved one to drink water today, just comment water. It's a tiny word, but it's one of the most powerful habits for senior health. Now that we've covered the practical mistakes, The things you can fix with simple daily habits. Let's shift for a moment. Let's talk about something a little deeper, something more emotional, something many families overlook until it becomes too late. You know, caring for an elderly loved one is not easy. People don't say this enough. There's a quiet kind of strength in you, showing up every day, helping them move around, watching their energy change, noticing the little things they don't always talk about. When you see them struggle with mobility, or their skin becoming thinner, or their joints aching a little more than before, it does something to you. It's painful in a way that's hard to put into words, because you remember who they used to be, active, strong, independent, and now you're watching time slow them down. But here's what I want you to remember: you're not powerless. Not at all. Just understanding these collagen mistakes already puts you ahead of so many families. It gives you something incredibly valuable: the ability to support their comfort, their mobility, their confidence, and their quality of life in ways that truly matter. And this isn't about being perfect. It's about being aware. So check in today. Are they taking their collagen the right way? Are they spacing it properly with their medications? Are they hydrated? Are they getting real protein, not just supplements? Are the doses right for their age and digestion? These sound like small things, but small adjustments can make a big difference. A huge difference, actually. Because every little bit of comfort you help them gain, every step they take with a little less stiffness, every moment they feel supported instead of struggling, that's because of you. Please hear this: you're doing your best. And your effort? It truly, genuinely matters in their golden years. More than you know. Before you go, let's quickly recap the 7 mistakes we talked about today. Taking collagen without vitamin C. Timing it too close to medication. Overlooking hidden allergens. Using collagen to replace real protein. Expecting fast results. Taking too much or too little. And forgetting hydration. These are the things that quietly get in the way of collagen working the way it should. Now I'm curious, which of these mistakes surprised you the most? Drop your answer in the comments. I'd love to hear what stood out to you, and honestly, your comment might help another family catch something early. And if this video helped you in any way, if it made things clearer or eased your mind or gave you something you can do today, consider subscribing to Golden Years Guide. You'll get weekly tips that help you care for your elderly loved ones with more confidence, more clarity, and more heart. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Stay informed, stay compassionate, and I'll see you in the next video.